right? Once you understand Bitcoin, you understand, what are you going to do with my money? I'm going to invest it in something that loses 10% of its value every year. That sounds repulsive. What are you going to do with my money? I'm going to invest it in something that increases by 45% every single year in value. That's attractive.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor is the chairman and founder of MicroStrategy. In the Bitcoin community, he's known as the Bitcoin Gigachad. Since 2020, he has been buying Bitcoin and putting it on the company's balance sheet.
The world is just waking up to this idea that you can either be repulsive to capital or attractive to capital. But if you look at the history of the human race, it's like, I give you fire or you can freeze to death and starve to death. I give you electricity or you can, have slaves turn millstones or use donkey carts, right? I give you a plane or you can get in a Conestoga wagon with horses and take 6 months to try to cross the continent. I give you a nuclear reactor, it's like unlimited, clean, infinite power, or you can burn coal, in a stove or burn wood in a stove. It's a very simple concept. It's just better technology. Do you want to power your company with a crypto reactor with Bitcoin as the fuel? Or do you want to power your company with a wood-burning stove that, stinks up the house, leaves you with choking fumes, and it's chop down all the trees in the forest, right, in order to power your village with a bunch of wood-burning stoves. It's not that complicated as long as you open your eyes. The actual metrics in the market are, to make it simple, is if you're holding the US dollar on your balance sheet, it's zero ARR, zero volatility against itself, right? Like you hold the dollar for a year, it's zero volatile, it's going to go up zero. And you know that the US dollar in general will lose 7% of its purchasing power against scarce desirable resources every year forever, right? Once you understand that idea, then you look at Bitcoin, it's 60% ARR, 60 vol. For the past 4 years, for the past 10 years, is 10 years enough, right? After 10 years of it doing that, or 4 years of it doing that, is that enough? You can be, pessimistic and conservative and say, well, maybe it's only going to be 30 vol, 30 ARR, 30 vol. Okay, well, so cut it in half. It's still double the S&P index, which is 15. These are all straightforward numbers, right?
MicroStrategy chairman Michael Saylor shares how dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin paid off for a patient investor who flipped his investment over 20-fold. Bitcoin evangelist Michael Saylor often promotes dollar cost averaging. The enthusiast encourages investors to periodically buy Bitcoin and recommends holding the asset for at least 5 years. Dollar cost averaging involves investing a fixed capital into an asset at a set interval, regardless of the condition of the market. It helps in reducing the impact of market volatility by spreading out purchases over time. Recently, Saylor shared a success story of a user who bought Bitcoin daily with a meager investment. Meanwhile, the vicious Bitcoin buyer has turned his little daily input into millions of dollars, lauding Bitcoin's rewarding promise. According to Saylor's disclosure, the smart money investor committed to buying $30 worth of Bitcoin daily. The user unrelentingly pursued this course for 9 years, specifically since 2016, when Bitcoin traded under $800. As of the time the news made the rounds, the user had spent $98,640 on the pioneering crypto asset. Meanwhile, his investments have paid off massively, as Bitcoin has surged from under $800 to a new all-time high of $108,000 in trades slightly below the $100,000 price mark. Interestingly, the user's Bitcoin stash is worth $2,157,090, a staggering 2,086% uptick from his total capital. Such profit trounces the return on investments from traditional assets like gold, stocks, and bonds in the same time frame. Meanwhile, Saylor stated that MicroStrategy is mirroring the ardent investor's periodic buy-ins on a larger scale. Notably, the business intelligence firm has accrued 444,262 BTC, $43.6 billion, over 4 years, with one-third of them acquired this year. MicroStrategy has introduced a new scheme that leverages debt instruments to acquire more Bitcoin. The 21/21st Bitcoin strategy has boosted its buying capacity while gaining traction among public companies like Metaplanet and Marathon Digital. Furthermore, in his latest disclosure, the MicroStrategy chairman voiced Bitcoin's life transformational qualities. He noted that holding the premier asset for 5 to 15 years promises substantial returns. Saylor encouraged enthusiasts to start dollar-cost averaging on Bitcoin, citing the user's magnanimous returns. The long game can set you free, the Bitcoin evangelist noted.
If you have twice the performance of the S&P index and twice the volatility of the S&P index, your options are twice as valuable, actually more than twice as valuable, but the equity is more than twice as valuable. I mean, everything's just twice as good. It may be, and over time it becomes infinitely better because that twice as good this year compounds exponentially. So there's trillions of dollars indexed to the S&P 500. If I give you a security which is twice as good, how much capital do you think I can get? How much do you want to buy? Right? You're a rich man, and I'm selling you a security which returns 1/3 of the performance of the S&P index. How many of my securities do you want to buy? None of them. Now I give you a security which returns double the S&P index. How many of my securities do you want to buy? All of them. Right? All of them, meaning I will buy up to the limits of my risk mandate. Like if I have $10 billion and you have an equity which returns on a risk-adjusted basis twice as much as the S&P index, if your Sharpe ratio is better, I'll give you $500 million in a meeting. Now, if it's half as good, I'll give you $0 in a meeting. It's a very simple idea, right? Which is you want your company to outperform the hurdle rate if you want to attract the equity. And if you want to attract options traders, like if you look at Bitcoin options, they trade with 60 vol. Everybody wants to trade them. MicroStrategy trades with 120 vol. We have $100 billion plus options market on MicroStrategy stock. The bond market, BND, if you look at that index, it's just a bunch of corporate bonds. There's no options market on it. It's 5 vol. Why would you want to trade 5 vol? Like there's no optionality in it, right? Mm. And so at the end of the day, if you have 60 ARR, 60 vol, that's like I'm on a train going 60 miles an hour through Europe, and I have a flywheel, a 10-ton flywheel, and it's spinning at 60 RPM. You're an engineer. Okay, that's energy. That's energy. You can tap that energy. And now there's a US dollar standard company. They have $10 billion in capital. That's like a normie standing on a plane with a 10-ton statue next to him. The world is flat. He's not going anywhere. And his capital is just a statue to look at. You understand the difference between having a 10-ton flywheel moving 60 miles an hour versus a 10-ton statue on a plane. And so, like, here's the big idea, Julian. You can transform the 10-ton statue into a 10-ton flywheel that's moving 60 miles an hour. Why wouldn't you?
A Santa Claus rally refers to price gains in crypto in the last 5 trading days of the year and the first 2 trading days of the following year. The performance of the crypto market is, therefore, key during the 1-week time frame from December 27, 2024 to January 2, 2025. Bitcoin's decline from its all-time high has raised concerns among BTC traders, and hopes of a Santa Claus rally have dimmed this cycle. Between 2014 and 2023, crypto markets rallied post-Christmas. Crypto markets experienced a pullback instead of a rally, 3 times out of 10 in the past decade, with a correction as steep as 12.12% pre-Christmas, during the ICO bubble of 2017. As BTC hovers around $97,000 on Tuesday, December 24, a pre-Christmas rally seems unlikely. BTC could gain post-Christmas if there is a revival in institutional interest in the largest cryptocurrency. Crypto's total market capitalization, excluding Bitcoin, started its recovery this week. The daily chart shows bullish signs that support a thesis of gains in the market cap of altcoins, making it likely that alts observe a rally post-Christmas or within the first 2 trading days of 2025. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.